Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. This is not the look for today. No, it's not. But I was so excited when I filmed my European Get Ready With Me that I forgot to say hi. I forgot to do an intro. It's a good thing this channel's called Fritzy. On with it then. Lady E contacted me in DM on Instagram and she's so sweet. She's such a little sweet thing. And she wanted to know whether or not she could send me stuff from her country, drugstore stuff. You know, be fun to see me use some stuff that's not from the USA. Of course I said yes, because here it's all sitting in front of me today for our European Get Ready With Me. She says, sorry if the shades are wrong, by the way. It's so hard guessing other people's shades on skin. She did a great job. That's her name, by the way. Okay, I'm going to call her Lady E because I know I've messed up her name. I mess up everything. Anyway, she's from Norway and her fiance is a Swede and she's living in Sweden. And she sent me this variety from all over Europe. And it's all drugstore or drugstore, affordable drugstore pricing, except for Lumen. Is that how you say that? And this is like one of her favorite brands. I don't think that this brand is that expensive. So I would also classify this as an affordable brand. I want to read you the lovely note that came inside here. And this is the first time she's ever sent anybody a package. And so I was the first. Here's the card. Look at that. It's a pretty winter scene, which I kind of wish it felt like that here right now. It says, Dear Mary, I hope this package finds its way to you and that the items survived. And they did. She did a beautiful, beautiful job of packaging it all up. I have not tried all of these, but I use Lumen. I hope I'm saying that right. I use Lumen products all the time, and I like them a lot. So feel free to bash whatever sucks. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a light and a wonderful break from the world. So glad I found you and your channel when COVID-19 hit hard here. I have not seen my family back home. Don't cry yet. I have not seen my family back home since January. It makes me so sad that I have not been able to go home to Norway, family and friends. And watching you has helped. In parentheses, I can go home now, FYI. They have opened up a little without insane quarantine. I hope you and your loved ones are safe. Much love. And like I said, I pronounce things horrible. So that's her name. I would love to know how that's said. And look how beautiful her handwriting is. Okay, let's dig in. I have already got eye primer on and I have used Wet n Wild Brulee in the crease. If you've never been here before, the reason is because I have older, more mature, wrinkly, somewhat sagging over here lids that I don't want to drag all over the place, and they will with eyeshadow. I think I'm going to go for the foundation first, and I like using a sponge on this more than I do a brush, but today I'm going to use a brush because Melody purchased this brush from Sigma and she's having a problem with it, and it's a legit problem with this brush. So I want to talk about it too since we're doing this, and that way she'll get the answer to what she wants to know fast. So this brush is the big version of this one that you know I love to put my concealer on with. This brush here though, the little one, if you look, you can see that the bristles come up higher away from the ferrule. And so when I use it under here, even if I press down like this on this side, I'm not hitting my skin with the actual ferrule. This HD brush, they've got a few. Here's the 2D one, right? So, but look at the difference between the bristles. You see that these bristles are long. And these are practically non-existent at the ferrule. So with this brush, I can get in the corners and stuff, but I don't hit my face no matter how hard I press. I don't hit my face with the ferrule. This one, you will. This brush is meant, well, you can use any brush however you want, but you see it comes to this point and it's real bendy. But this brush is more, I think, intended to like do contour. Okay, with maybe some powder But you have to make sure that the angle that you use on this isn't like, don't try to do with it and buff like you would this brush. Okay, this brush, the F80, the F82, whatever, those brushes, you can take foundation and buff. This brush, you're not going to be able to do that. It's more of a swipe kind of thing, and a very light swipe so that you do not scrape your face. Look, can you see that? Can you see I'm pushing down and what's right next to me? The ferrule. I'm going to put on this foundation with this so that you can see how I use it. Okay, I don't think you'll hurt yourself with it, but I find it annoying because it's because these bristles are so short. Look how short they're cut. You see, there's really no way, if you're trying to use it like any other foundation brush, that you wouldn't take your makeup right back off with the ferrule. And depending on how slack your skin is, I don't think you could cut yourself with it, but I could see why you would be alarmed. Here we go. I'll put it on with that, and if it needs it, I'll go back over it with a sponge. This foundation is in 00 Ultra Light. It's a medium coverage, SPF 15. It's a blur foundation. You get 30 ml in it. I'm just gonna squeeze some of this right here on the brush. And yeah, I'm gonna start right here and just kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of swiping this. Getting in the corner. And then you're kind of doing a paint motion with it and very lightly dabbing. That's different. Okay, so as you can tell by that point, it's meant to get in and around corners with. But I prefer, actually this is the F80 Air. If I'm going to use a foundation brush, I want it to be one that I can buff with. And I don't think you can buff with the 40 HD very well without hitting the ferrule. If you've purchased that brush and it's been relatively soon, Sigma has wonderful customer service. I'm sure if you told them, I'm going to switch to a sponge now. I'm sure if you told them that they would make good on it, you know, I mean, it's a legit complaint. The ferrule is hitting your skin. You think that the bristles are pulling away from the ferrule too much, you know, just tell them. But give what I said a try. I don't do wear tests here. I report what I find. I don't do wear tests because I can't keep my hands off my face. The foundation would not stand a chance, any foundation, because I won't quit touching my face. Now I'm going to go in with the Lumen Longwear Blur Powder. It has SPF 15 and it is in the shade Soft Honey. This says it contains something called Arctic Cloudberry. Wonder what that is. We should look that up, see what is Arctic Cloudberry. In any case, it has a nice little mirror in here and compact to go. It had a sponge. I took it out because I don't use those. I have a brush even in my cosmetic bag that I take, and I'm going to use a brush, even though I would love to try this with this damp sponge because I think I could probably even get better, but no, I'm going to use the brush, okay, because I don't want to hard pan it. You know what? First, let's use the concealer. This is a concealer by a company called Nip and Fab, and this is a UK brand, I think. By the way, did I say that Lumen is from Finland? If you have a lot to cover, I don't think this is going to do it for you, but it feels lovely. It is very hydrating. But unlike something like the e.l.f. 16-hour hydrating concealer, it doesn't have a lot of coverage. But as you can see, that looks pretty darn good. Let's make sure that I have no wrinkles. There we go. And I'm going to set that with their powder, very light. I was really kind of surprised. It seems like this foundation, like right after you put it on, it's like, nah, it's okay. But give it about 10-15 minutes to just set, and I thought it was quite beautiful. or think it is. I still have it. All right, this is a bronzer, and it is from Stockholm. This is from Sweden. The outer packaging, and I'll insert a picture that shows why I am reminded of Benefit or the Balm. If we're talking drugstore brands, Hard Candy maybe, the packaging. And Physicians Formula. These are pearls. And oh my goodness, I wish I could tell you how many times I have chased these all over the floor. That's my drawback for this product, is the pearls. All right, I'm not the type of person that should be trusted to have a product like this. Any kind of pearls, okay, because I drop them, I break them, and I step on them and drag the product all over the house. So I have actually done that a few times already, trying to get this up, okay? And I'll forget, and then I'll do this number, because I'm real smart like that. And then, of course, the little pearls go everywhere, right? But the product, I really, really like it. The product itself reminds me a lot of Physicians Formula. And I think that if there's one thing that Physicians Formula does really good, it's bronzer. So this is actually a very good bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and just come in here and lightly do this to pick up some product, and then come to my side of my face. It is, see, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I'm also going to use it, or try, I've never done this before, but I'm going to try to use this in my crease, because the eyeshadow palette only has one matte, and I don't want to put a shimmer in my crease today. The shadows that I was sent are not horrible in my crease, even though they are shimmers. I just would rather not. So there you go. I'm gonna take my Sigma E35 from the Glitzy Fritzy Essential Brush Set. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna work. Okay, so I'm just kind of lightly dusting over these, and let's come into my crease. The next product, it's kind of funny because I ordered new makeup, you know, from Ulta to do a get ready with me. And one of the things, or two of the things that I got was from a brand I'd never tried before. And she sent me that same brand, is Lottie London. I have used this, okay? We're not going to use that today because she didn't send that to me. And this blush, which is an ombre peachy kind of blush that I got to go with this. Now, I have to say that I prefer the one she sent me. This one here is Lottie London Blush Crush Blusher. I haven't heard blusher in a long time. When I was growing up, that's what you called blusher. This is, let's see, in the shade Drake. This is it. It's got a little mirror on the inside. See, it's a nice little cute compact that is functional. I can actually see myself in this. And a domed pretty blush. This is the shade. So this is going to be a nice subtle flush of color. It's so soft and pretty. Now if you go in with a denser blush brush, you're going to have a problem. You're going to need to, because as you can see, this is pigmented. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. We are on a winning streak here. Look at this packaging. This is from a UK brand called Me. I think. I don't know how you say it. And so it opens up really easily, but looky here, it's got a nice little mirror in it. I got confused at first and thought that this was actually a blush, not a highlighter, even though it says on the back of this, Shimmer Stack Illuminating Powder. And this one is in Pink Zest. I'm going to even start at the dark end and watch. See? It's not blush, and you really don't need that much of it. There you go. Also a nice product. Don't you love the way I'm putting this stuff on and acting like, oh, look, it's a nice product. Like I didn't know that before I used it for you. I know what I think of these products. I've been using them. All right, let's move to the eyes. Everybody wants to move to the eyes. So yeah, she sent me this palette here. It's Wet and Dry High Impact Formula Metallic Eyeshadow and Liner. Also from the brand Viva la Diva of Sweden. The little cardboard packaging has a mirror in it. That's a nice mirror. It's not a funhouse mirror. And it's got this little brush, which I'm gonna, probably take out of there and use it somewhere else, because these little sponge tip applicators that come in these little drugstore palettes are very useful. Here's what we're looking at. We're probably gonna go for the greens today, because look what I have on. I actually didn't even think about what shades I was gonna use, but I think it's a no-brainer. When I first opened it up, you know what I thought of? Coastal Scents. Usually I would buy one of these kinds of palettes from Coastal Scents because I wanted a specific kinds of colors to, like, one time I was doing this really colorful painting stuff on my face and I wanted a whole bunch of colors, but I didn't want to, ruin my Lancome eyeshadows. I have been all over this palette, as you can see. I love these. I've worn the colors in both these rows, these two rows. Actually, I've been in the blue. I've swatched the pink in this row. They go on, they blend really good. They lasted all day without creasing. So there you go. The only drawback for this for mature women is, like I said, there's no mattes in this palette except the black, and I just didn't feel like putting that in my crease. Let's go into this green row and create something fun. Want to? Of course you do. Well, I want this one. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so see, you could even just stop there. The E46 into this lighter green shade. I'm gonna work it on the inner corner. It's pretty, but I don't know if you are picking up a difference in the shades. This is lighter. Want to go there or there? Let's go down here. This eye here is hooding. So the reason I like this brush is because it lets me just flimsily coast over the top and around wrinkles and hood, all right, to get what I want and slowly build it up. Don't have to spend a lot of time then blending it out because I made a boo-boo. Just darkening up the outer corner here a little bit. It's not really enough to show up. We may go into something more dramatic now. Let's do it. Let's go into the black. All right, so right here in that corner is this black. This black isn't so pigmented that you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, look what I did. See, just darkens it up a little bit, creates a little tiny bit of drama, but nothing that you're gonna get in trouble with. It's kind of like going out with me. You're gonna get in a little bit of trouble, but nothing that'll stick. No, I'm just gonna bring a little tiny bit right there. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna go for the yellow, and let's just brighten that right up there a little more. We can use these wet and as a liner. I'm going to use that one and under here, just right there under my eye. We should also do the black. Let's take it in the tight line and see what happens. Oh, I know what happens. It becomes an eyeliner, okay? It doesn't stay all day, but it does become an eyeliner. We don't even have to get the brush wet because your waterline is wet, but we will. Now, like I said, it ain't gonna stay, but it'll be there for an hour or so. So this little palette, yeah, I got no gripes with this. I never had a gripe with any of my Coastal Scents stuff. I just basically put it up with the Halloween things because I wasn't afraid to ruin it because it was so affordable. I am going to do my brows and then come back to the mouth. Okay, I lied. We need to do the mascara. Now, off camera, I did put a little bit of this L'Oreal Voluminous primer on my lashes. And the reason is because it's not that this mascara needs help. It's that, see, it's a little travel size and I've been using it. So it's almost gone. It's not fair for you to judge it based on how little is left. This is from a Sweden brand called Eyeshadow, I think is how you say it. I'm going to show you the wand. This is not a really wet mascara. It's not super dry either, but this is the wand. I didn't have any problem with this mascara building up, with this mascara separating. It never flaked on me. I can easily do this on both sides, as you can see. Now, I put the primer on to show you what it looks like when you have enough of it. What I don't like about this mascara is the wand. Now, it is small, so that's good. I can come see easily on the underneath side of my lashes. And it lets me separate and everything. But I'm one of those people who brings a mascara wand right, I put it at the base of my lashes and pull up. And this has spiky, pokey little bristles on this rubberized wand that hurt my lids. So I have to be very careful with it. This is Precision Mascara. Okay, fragrance free, ophthalmology tested. So I like this mascara. As I said, it does a good job of helping to lengthen my lashes, separate them. Just be careful because the wand is wicked. I'm quite sure this is the last time I'll be using it because it's all but gone. I liked it. All right, now we move on to the lips, and sadly this is where it takes a bad turn for me. Now, not this formula, but this one, yuck. I don't like this. I don't know how you say this or whatever, but I'm not gonna put this on. It's a berry color, and it's one of these lipsticks, okay? Now, here's the color. It's real smooth and creamy, and I went right for it the first day. Put it on, but it was at night, I was getting ready to take off my makeup, so I just showed it to Shy Guy. I said, ooh, do you like this color? He's like, yes, it looks very pretty. I'm like, okay. Next day I come in and to put this on and wear it, and I have my MAC, I don't have a primer on today, but I have my MAC primer on, and I wore this, and oh, it was a disaster. Like just a couple of hours later, it's like it's coming off of your lips in patches. That was what was happening, and I thought, ooh, this stuff really does not like MAC lip primer. But like I said, it goes on real creamy and stuff, and it looks really pretty, but it's just a couple of hours, primer or no, before it starts like patching off your mouth. I don't like that. So we're not going to be putting that on. This is by Lumen. It is got Nordic Seduction is what's written on there. It's in the shade 10 Sunny, and I think she sent this to me because it's red. I know I've said thank you a few times, but I just want to say again, thank you so much, because without you doing this, I would have never known about or been able to try any of these cosmetics. And ladies, I think that we can all rest now knowing that drugstore cosmetics across the globe are pretty much the same. And it's a beautiful cherry red. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on for you and tell you, and then I'll wipe it off. I'll tell you why I can't wear it. But it's pretty. It's really pretty. This kind of a formula and me is a mess. I have to be very careful when I put gloss on and what lip I have, because it will get out of control. I make a mess. If I leave this on, then in a minute I'm going to take a drink of this, and then it's going to find it over here. Okay. So for that reason, I won't wear it. Not because it isn't pretty, because I'm a mess. But for right now, I'm going to just go over my mouth with my MAC mirror. And there you go, that's my finished look. Of course, I'm going to top my mascara with a second coat, because I always do. I always come up and hit the tops of my lashes. But like, isn't that a pretty mascara? I think it's really pretty. It makes my lashes look good. And there we go. That's my finished look using all European makeup. What do you think? Have you tried any of these brands? I hope you guys all know that you are the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not having a blessed day, be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. and I'm out.
Man, my shoulders are sore. I was frying them with a TENS unit yesterday. I put them on there and I'm like, we all get our pleasure in ways that, don't judge me. She says, Dear Mary, I hope this fragrance finds you. Fragrance? I'm sorry. Her handwriting is beautiful. And I'm messing this up. I'm so sorry. It's not you. It's me. As if you guys didn't already know that. It says, Dear Mary, I hope that this fragrance... Why do I keep looking at that word? It clearly says package. Why do I keep looking at it and saying fragrance? Again, not you. It's me. Her handwriting is so pretty. Not like mine. No. Anyone who's ever gotten a handwritten note from me can attest to the fact that... Yeah. Hey, I got an A in Medical Handwriting 101. A required course if you're going into the medical field, because no one should be able to read anything you write in a chart. Nothing. Can't read it. Medical Handwriting 101. We're just going to sit here and do that all day. Here, let's go like this and make my turkey neck wobble. Sound like a turkey. That's not how a turkey goes. How's a turkey go? Does it remind you to see it and say, how does the pig go? Do you guys remember Trading Places? Remember when Jamie Lee Curtis comes in and she's like, I am Inga, I'm from Sweden. I just spit through my teeth. I am not the type of person who should be trusted with little balls. I can't read, hang on. Oh, no, you see what I'm saying? Look, I just dumped him again. Land of bridges falling down, why is this a good song? I don't know why nursery rhymes have such tragedy. The flower beauty, blood... This is from a company called, I think you just say me. There's a hair on you. Just one. You have only one hair. And this is it right here. I'm so sorry I took that away from you. Oh, that is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? How many times are you gonna say pretty? Pretty woman. No. I'm not a hooker. This is from a Sweden brand called Isadora, I think is how you say it. Why does this remind me of Zaza Gabora? No, her name isn't Gabora. Zaza or Zaza? It's Zaza? No, Zaza. Why would that remind me of her? I don't know. But you know what else reminds me of her? This look in Green Acres is a place for me. Farm living is the life I lead. Land spread out so far and wide. Darling, I love you, but give me that countryside. I think I missed a verse.